Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm old school, but I keep it funky fresh, y'all. And this is deep, y'all. I'm from the deep, y'all. And what you get is what you motherfucking see.
Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is. My name is Haney, giving you the exclusive events on headlines that you didn't even know you needed. And before I get started, I would appreciate a subscription. You can smash that like button once in a while because I would kind of like it. And turn on those notifications because I'm here twice a week also. And with that said, I got some fucking vents. And I got a little vent on the fight talk. You know, I talked to some smack on about the underdog last time. It's so hard for me not to pick the underdog sometimes, humans. I can't help it. I don't know why. It's my fault. It's my bad. But anyways, humans, the the fight from last week, man. I was picking. I said Davis was the more experienced fighter, and what's his name? Rolly Romero, came in there and did his thing. And some of his highlights, the kid did look a little wild. He did look a little wild in some of his highlights, but in the fight, man, he surprised me. The dude surprised me because he didn't look that wild. I mean, he looked actually like really good. And he looked a little like he had a game plan and he was sticking to it. He was going there and, it looked all right. You know what I mean? But, when you're dealing with Tank Davis, that's one thing you got to watch out for is that guy's power. It's not like, but he's not like a one-trick pony either. It's not like, what's his name? Deontay Wilder. Like for a while he was getting away with just, letting the fight drag on until you can land that one punch and knock a dude out. Davis is nothing like that at all. Davis can box. He's got some really good skill. He's pretty good defensively. He's got some decent footwork, and he's a smaller size boxer, so he has to have a lot more skills and a lot of tricks in the bag to deal with bigger fighters, which he's starting to do now that he's, moving up in weight and stuff. But this dude, Roldy, I gave him mad props, like I said, because, man, he could sell a fight. Like, he could fucking sell some fucking shit, man. And if he would have looked like shit and then talked all that shit, we'd be talking, people are still trying to clown him and shit like that, but come on, man, he did not look that bad. I'm not saying he was like, he was winning some rounds. But his inexperience showed because he started getting a little overconfident. It reminded me when he fought Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz was doing really well. And he was boxing, and they were both kind of boxing each other, and he kind of got a little edge in the boxing area. And then he got confident and decided to, get a little too close to Davis. And then Davis just let that firework on him. It was just like, ka-bing, hit him with some uppercut, I believe. And, man, it was like he knocked those piercings out of his ears and shit, man. Like, Santa Cruz was just, out the same way. He was, asleep. At least you didn't go all the way asleep. Santa Cruz went, asleep, when he got, Pacquiao asleep. It was crazy. And, anyways... So my man was doing really good in the fight. He wasn't too crazy because if you watch his highlights before this fight, he looks like kind of wild. That's why I was saying Naseed Hamed because he wasn't like an ordinary fighter. A normal orthodox type of fighter. I'm not saying like right hand, left hand type. I'm saying just like a normal straight up, boxing style, And it was just a different style looking thing, And so when you saw him in the fight with Davis, like I said, he didn't look that bad. He looked like he had a decent game plan, but he got a little too lungy, which I think Davis was expecting because you could tell the way he was measuring him up. You could see it happening, and I was like, oh, man, this guy's doing good, but he's getting a little too jumpy. I could see it coming, man, because he started hitting him a few times, and my man was getting, using the distance a little bit and throwing some little combinations, and, they weren't all landing, but he did hit him with some punches. But I thought he didn't look all, wild from those other fights, And then Davis was, like I said, anticipating those lunges and timing them. And then he moved in, which what they call some people are like, oh, that was a lucky punch and shit. But if you don't watch boxing, then you don't know boxing because that's called a check hook. And the reason I know about this punch very well is because one of my favorite fighters, Manny Pacquiao, ate a really bad check hook from Manuel Marquez. From Juan Manuel Marquez. One of the greatest Mexican fighters ever, man. Damn, does that dude got a right hand. But, in that fight, Pacquiao had, they were both knocking each other out. Marquez came out just blazing Pacquiao, and then Pacquiao kind of came back and, bloodied Marquez's face. I think he knocked him down a couple times in a round. Marquez was, almost out on his feet. Round was almost over, and he just fucking threw this check right punch. His was a right hand, though, and just fucking kaplowied. But it was in the same sense because, Pacquiao lunged in, and that's what this guy did, totally different fighters, saying Pacquiao's a GOAT, but I'm just saying this guy came in and lunged in and fucking David just moved out of the way and blasted him with a left hook. And it looked like he could have still, fought. Some people are saying it was a little early stopped. I don't disagree with some of you guys that, I wanted the fight to go on, but I also, the only reason my opinion is why, mine is probably different than yours, but the only reason is because of how big the fight was. Like, maybe we see him go out on his shield or whatever, but I understand the ref's point of view also, because he saw what we didn't see. I mean, there's some camera angles or whatever, but he could have, been seriously hurt. Everybody kind of sees medical attention after a fight anyways to make sure there's no concussions, and there's a funny video out there of him talking some shit after the fight, but whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, it was a good fight, man, and maybe they'll get a rematch, maybe they won't, who knows, but I thought the kid did pretty good, and we'll see him, I'm sure we'll see lots of him again, because, man, that dude could sell some fights, so if he gets some wins under his belt, I mean, those two could meet again, because he could get his, get his chops back up a little more, maybe learn not to be so lungy and shit, maybe get a little more experience, but Davis had the upper hand on experience, that's for sure. But this weekend is another big fight. It's going to be another one, dude, in the lightweight division with Kambosos versus Haney. And this is going to be a good fight, too. Kambosos just came off a really big win. Haney came off a win, too, but I don't think his opponent was as big. As big a name as if you ask me, but he did a great fight. He did good in his fight and got the victory, but I feel like Kambosos came off the bigger victory because he was fighting Teofimo Lopez, and he came off that win, and he beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. And I'm a fan of Teofimo too, man. Like, I thought he was going to do good. Like, my man was selling himself too really good. Like, he was selling himself, talking all that shit, looking good. Like, he was training in the gym all the time, doing all these fucking commercials and shit, and always showing all these, like, videos everywhere, him training. And then when the fight came on, fucking Kambosos came through and, like, beat the shit out of him. I mean, just beat the shit out of him. And then Haney's been looking good in all his fights, man. But I just think some of the opponents, I think he just needs some better opponents. Like, he fought a veteran fighter recently, maybe 2 or 3 fights ago, an older fighter, and that dude kind of rocked him a little bit. Linares, I think it was, fucking hit him with a fucking blast, and him fucking wobbled his legs a little bit. I was like, oh, shit, So those guys are kind of in the same weight class, of Tank Davis. Those guys could all be running around each other, and, these could all be, because Tank's trying to move up, and, people trying to, what do they call it? Unify their titles and shit, get in multiple divisions. And so this could be crazy for boxing. Like I said, if that other dude won, it would have been really fucked up for boxing. Like I said, I mean, fights would have just jumped everywhere. Fights are still jumping, but it would have been on a whole different caliber. Trust me. Like, that Garcia fight would have happened like tomorrow. Shit would have just went down in the fight game. It would have just been crazy in the fight game. For sure. But that fight's going on this Saturday. I'll probably do another fight pick after the weigh-in and things like that after I see how the fights go. But right now, Haney does have the size. I'm not sure how his chin is yet. Like I said, I've seen it checked one time. And Kambosos got some power punching, and I think he is the smaller fighter. And these guys can both box. Like, it's not just like they're bangers or anything like that. They can both box. They both have knockout power. And I just want to see Haney. This is a real credible opponent. This guy's really, I think he's good. And I think this win could, move him up too. And as far as like a respectable, as far as his opponents being more respectable, if you ask me. And he's good anyways. He's still talented. I just want him to get bigger fights. There's a lot of fighters out there, that are doing it. Like even Shakur Stevenson, like that kid's killing it. And I know he's probably going to move up because he's super young. I mean, he's going to be coming up in these guys' business and shit, man. It's going to be crazy boxing. I'm excited. This boxing game's getting excited right now. But anyways, I'll get on to some more events, humans. In some news, I guess Johnny Depp won his fucking lawsuit, that defamation case or whatever against Miss Amber Heard. And finally, that shit's done. Now, we'll see. In my opinion, I have a question, like, what is the next distraction? Now that this case is finally over, she shit the bed. She lost. And what's the next distraction? What more can the Kardashians do? Like, I mean, they're still doing dumb shit and nobody cares anymore, really. Nobody really cares anymore. And her kids are like too big now to like fucking drop them and cause a scene. They could just trip and fall. They're like older school age kids. And Kanye would be there to protect him. He would show up in the fire truck again, and save them. But anyways, what would be the next distraction? I got an idea. I was searching around the internet and I found something that would be a great idea for the next news distraction. This would be super entertaining and this would shock the whole entertainment realm. Like it would take it by storm. Like TMZ wouldn't even know what to do with something like this. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even know what to do with something like this, humans. I don't even know what to do with something like this. So I'm going to share it with you. And this could be the next big distraction. And this could go on for a while. Like the government can do all kinds of shady shit for the next 2 years if they let this thing come out. And I'm going to start it right now, humans. Oh, damn. If I didn't fucking knock shit over on the cord, I apologize. That was a technical difficulty. See, they already knew what was going to happen. I'm getting pre-stopped. But the show must go on. The show must go on. So anyways, this could be the next distraction. The next distraction for the distraction. But like I said, our government can do all kinds of crazy shit if this was on. Because Tiger King wasn't long enough. You know, and all those shit. And everybody didn't give a shit about that. But something like this. Humans. Oh my goodness. All these tough gangster rappers. And all these tough, you know, rappers in the rap game and, you know, in the hip hop game, in the rap game, whether you're in rap or hip hop or whatever hip hop or rap is. All these hard gangster rappers. I don't know about all of them. But apparently a lot of them, you know, could be hiding something. Now, listen, humans, I got nothing against it. But if you're hiding it, you know, don't you want people to be, you know, come out and not misrepresent? But some of these guys are coming out and making these accusations on these gangster rappers out here. But back in the day, there was these early times of rap, you know, like the early pioneers of rap. When gangster rap started, there was like other rap and shit like that, like the early KRS-Ones and, I mean, Sugar Hill Gangs, you know, Boogie Down Productions, like all the old groups, right? Run DMC, you know, Curtis Blow, like all the early rap, you know, I could go on forever with the name, you know, the rap names. So the game started back then, and then you had a group like Public Enemy. When Public Enemy came out, and KRS-One decided to go solo, he broke off of Boogie Down Productions, right? And they started doing like battling each other, like the rap game started doing these battles, like diss tracks, you know, it was like the early diss tracks, you know, back in the day. And so some of these guys, you know, didn't believe some of the things that they were claiming to, you know, the claim or whatever, you know, being like claiming they're from the streets or whatever that is that they're claiming. These guys are saying they're not legit. Or if you are claiming you're a gangster, that you're also in the closet. And so one of the members of Public Enemy, who goes by the name of Professor Griff, made some crazy accusations, and he's like caught in all these like documentaries, humans. It's crazy. Like there's just huge documentaries of him exposing all these crazy things in the entertainment business. And I don't know if they're true. Like I said, I don't know if this is like conspiracies or what, because I never really hear these things on the news. Like, but it's crazy how much, like, there's so much of this content out there. And you wonder, you know, when you hear like R. Kelly getting busted for doing some shit like that. But none of the politicians that do all that perverted shit get no busted for like that. They don't get busted. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go there. Maybe I might go there because this might go there. Okay? Because so Professor Griff, that I'm going to have trouble saying that. I'm warning, I might mess this up a few times. Professor Griff, okay, former member of the Public Enemy. Or he still is. You know, maybe you're just a member for life. You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy from back in the day when he used to sing, you know, Fight the Power and all those, you know, 911 is a joke and Don't Believe the Hype, Power, you know, those songs, you know, back in the day. They were more like political activists, you know. They were, you know, talking about what's dirty in the streets and, you know, what's going on and crooked things and you know, bad things in the streets like police brutality or, you know, drugs in the streets and shit like that. And then KRS-One was doing things like that with the cops being crazy and, or, you know, talking about street things, you know what I mean? And so he claims, this member of the Public Enemy claims that he, you know, being that he was inside the entertainment realm, entertainment business, says that there were a lot of rappers that are claiming to be these tough rappers or whatever, these gangster rappers and yada yada, and they they're like they're homosexual, but they're not coming out in the closet. Basically, that's what they're talking about, and it's a little crazy. I mean, why not just come out and be who you are? Like I said, I don't have anything against it, but I mean, if you're portraying something and people may be against you, like lying to them or something like that, I mean, I don't know. Or maybe you're just not comfortable enough to come out yet. I don't know what it is. So they were using this methods, I guess, to manipulate our youth, apparently, in this conspiracy, humans. And I'm like, wow, this is nuts. Really? This is crazy. So I got interested in it. I dove deep. I went down the rabbit hole. And I found some interesting things from this guy. And I just decided to take this little clip because this was like before, like, what's happening now in the hip hop game and shit like that. This was like way before this even started. So he almost like predicted this was going to happen. And I thought I would share this with y'all while I was watching some of this info. Check this out. Just check this out.
White entrepreneurs installed a new leadership over hip hop, and they began to promote a nefarious niggerization of rap music. It says KRS One and Public Enemy, with the message of KRS One and Public Enemy, they said we were reaching the masses of young black people, and then NWA niggas with attitudes would be paid off and put in a position where they would neutralize Public Enemy and brothers like KRS One. And then came the gangster rap, thugging, balling, now pimping. Now the metrosexual is about to take over hip hop. And your children, your nephew, your niece, and all the little ones, the shorties now, Tay Tay, Riri, Man, Antoine, and them in the hood, gonna be wearing fucking skirts. Watch.
So I wanted to share that with y'all. I was like, wow. I mean, he just came out and dropped the little bombshell out there saying that this stuff was happening, by design. And that's kind of creepy, humans. Because I love me some hip hop. And then you hear, if you love hip hop and you know what I'm talking about, you know about like Pimp C and all that kind of stuff that was going down back then. I don't know if you all remember that story that was flipping around. That story got pretty crazy. When he went on live and, said a bunch of things and exposed some things that was happening in hip hop like that. And I mean, Progressor. See, I'm going to mess his name up. Like I said, humans all the time. Professor Griff. I might have to go to this human or this dude because it might be a little easier, but I mean, it is kind of entertaining for me to say Professor Griff. But anyways, he even exposes like actors. He says like Will Smith and like all this shit. And he said like, the reason Pac was marked for death because he was approached by these like people trying to get him to do these gay things to get their record deals. And he, went against that shit. And that's why he got marked because he started rapping about gay rappers in the game and started talking about Dre and all that shit. So all this stuff kind of started, coming together a little bit. I was like, damn, this is kind of crazy because that's when he started talking shit about Dre and started talking shit about all these dudes. And like, let me see you toss it up, all that shit coming out. And then you're like, man, what's going on here? He could be dropping some jewels here. And so that got interesting. So like I said, if you go and you find those online with Professor Griff, they're pretty interesting, man. He drops some games, some serious knowledge. And it's getting crazy where these new age rappers, are going to start defending themselves. And one of them already tried to do it. Like they were saying that he was a rapper that was gay and he's not open about it. And they said that he should be gay. Like he should be gay. I mean, if he wants to be gay, he could be gay, but they're saying he is gay, but he's like denying it. Like he's in denial in the public and stuff. So here's a little interview of him. His name's Daylyt. And they were questioning about it because they were saying like, well, if you are, I mean, just come out, if you're not. And then he's trying to like deny it. But he brought like mathematics and shit like that. Like he brought like a math ratio to defend himself. So I thought I would just share it with you because it was kind of interesting.
I'm not gay.
Felicio on the microphone.
I'm not gay. I suck a dick or two, but I'm not gay.
Oh.
Every blue moon, You know, every blue moon, like, I make sure that I make sure I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying? I see a nice chick, and I'd be like, ooh, she bad. You know what I'm saying? I see an attractive dude, and I'd be like, that nigga ugly. I don't like that nigga.
Okay, so he's basically something happened, I guess, on stage, or I don't know if it was on stage or a video where he performed like he recreated, like, I guess, oral sex on a microphone or something like that, and he was like, you know, so people were like saying and making all these accusations, so they were saying, "Are you gay?" or something like that, and he said, "Just because you know blow a couple dudes, it doesn't mean you're gay, I guess." But so, anyways, I'll continue.
You know what I'm saying? And I think about it twice, but still. You know, so I make sure I'm not gay. I make sure. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing wrong. Like, it ain't nothing wrong. Like, if you want to hit a nigga, like, you know, every blue moon, like, that ain't gay. Like,
It's not, I
you know
guess.
what I'm saying? It's not. Like, long as you fuck 22 bitches to every nigga, you not gay. Like, bro, you gotta read it. It's in the gay book. Like, in the gay book, you have to fuck more men than girls to be legitimately gay. So, like, if you fuck 23 girls and one gay nigga per year, you not gay. Like, you not in the gay category. Like, you still a straight man. So, I keep it to one nigga per year minimum. Like, I'm good.
So that was Daylyt, you know, defending himself, because I just thought that was an interesting mathematic ratio. You know, I guess, you know, 1 to 2 a year, and you're not gay according to the gay handbook. And I apologize if I offend anybody that's homosexual, or if anyone out there. I was just trying to have fun with this. And if there's anybody out there, is his mathematics right? Can you please answer me in the comments? Is it true that it would be that 22 to 1 or 22 to 2 ratio to be legitimately straight, or was it be 22 to 2 ratio opposite? You know, if I went to men to women, 22 to 2 ratio gay. So I would just wish you guys could put in the comments if you would. Like I said, I mean, no offense, I was just having fun with it, and I hope y'all had fun with it too, because it was a lot of fun. And I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And if you did, I'd appreciate it. If you did, hit me with a like and a subscription, and turn on those notifications, because I'm here twice a week. And with that said, my name is Haney, and this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.
Yes, yes, y'all.